Order.
Jenkins,
Here.
Harden,
Yes.
Hahn,
Here.
Monahan, Pearl.
Here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You're hearing the tones here. Turn it off. It's too late. Speak up. We do not have any public comments on or that have been presented to me this evening, so we'll move on to section 1.
I can make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second?
Call it.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
Hahn,
Yes.
Monahan,
Yes.
Pearl.
Yes.
Motion carried.
There being no unfinished business, we'll move on to section 3, new business.
I make a motion we approve ordinance 916, an ordinance amending the language ordinance 915, purchase of 2013 Ford F-450, excuse me.
I'll second.
Discussion.
Just to bring you all up to speed, because I've had a couple of people ask about this, keep in mind that we are not buying a new plow. We are retrofitting the old plow from the truck that we'll take out of service to fit on this F-450. And again, the reasoning for this ordinance is to change the wording after Heartland Bank legal department looked at it. They said that we needed to change some wording on it. Other than that, it's the very same ordinance. So.
Any other discussion? Call it.
Harden,
Yes.
Hahn,
Yes.
Monahan,
Yes.
Pearl.
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
motion carried.
Which brings us to other items, city manager's report.
Well, I've been working on the budget there, so, which you got a copy of tonight, so it's kind of taken a lot of my time. Street Department did a very good job with the snowstorm that we had come in. I don't know that City Hall registered any complaints. I'm sure that there were probably some out there floating around, but no one called in and voiced any complaints with the job they did. You see that they put in about 10.5 hours plowing snow. When they got out there, the light plant crew assisted them this time with the plowing of the snow. And I think that the city clerk took at least one phone call from someone that had, the car had gotten plowed in. They need to go get some prescription meds, and guys went over there and hand scooped them out. So, I mean, they put in a little extra effort this time, helping people and doing a good job. Main Street really looked nice by the middle of the day. I had told you earlier that we had received a $30,000 grant for the walkway bike path that goes out to the subdivision on the west side of town. I've been in contact with Farnsworth Group, because if it's going to be along IDOT right away, it has to be engineered. Part of the problem with state grants, as I'm sure you're all aware, you spend the money up front, then when the governor says it's time, then they'll reimburse you for the money. But we got to find out what it's going to cost to get out there. Looking into it, I believe that we'll be able to use TIF 2 funds that are available, and then when the grant money comes in, we can reimburse the TIF 2. Also got some information. There's been a lot of concern about the pedestrian and bicycle traffic going out to South Park, and it's been my understanding that DNR has given out money before to build pedestrian bridges. So I'm going to, as soon as we can get through the budget process at later at the end of this month, I'm going to start trying to get a grant put together and see if we can get on next year's, because this year for DNR grants have already closed out, seeing if we can get some money towards a pedestrian bridge. I don't know how much they'll cover, but maybe that'll be one way to get something built. Other than that, the final thing there again is the budget. We're going to need to set up a work session so you'll have time to voice any questions or concerns, or if you have those for later on, then we can take them back and look at them. So that's what we've got.
Any questions to the manager's report?
No question. I remember that too many years back that after we had the snow that the roads weren't too good, but this time they were real good. Like you said, within, that afternoon, a lot of the streets were dried and the boys did a real good job.
Yeah, they put in the extra effort this time, and it was a heavy, wet snow, and so obviously it just rolled up in the yards. You'll see that the ground wasn't frozen, so some of the terraces, they're on the edge of the roads, peeled up a little bit, but unfortunately, that's part of the changing of the seasons when you get a late snow, but the roads really were in pretty good shape.
Non-agenda items and other business.
We have a fire hydrant pole. The fire hydrant has never been replaced. It's on the corner here by Judd's. It was taken out whenever they were cleaning out the slough and has not been replaced since then.
It was taken out when they were cleaning out the slough.
It came down at the same time. And they've never erected it back up because there's a hole right there.
What street is that? That's not Market, is it?
Hi,
Hi.
Okay.
okay.
I would also like to ask if we could add an executive session to our next meeting to discuss personnel.
We'll have it on the next, what is that, the 15th agenda? We'll put that on the 15th.
And is it too soon for us to go ahead and schedule the work session?
No, we need to do that, we need to do that right now, I have the calendar out. This next Saturday, you all are, you have a meeting already?
Yes.
The 20th, I have a Clark Foundation meeting. And the 27th is the marathon, so the 13th would be good for me unless we want to do it on a weekday.
Is that calendar, where we at? Okay, there we go. You're fine.
Would we want to do something on like a Monday, like an off Monday night, like the 8th or something like that?
That's fine.
Does that make it any,
That's fine with me.
I can't.
well, even better, Pat will be there. It's all aces right there. I know, I'm sitting way too close to you to say something like that.
Oh, what about,
Saturday's so
what
good.
about Tuesday night?
6, a little earlier.
6 p.m. Tuesday the 9th, would that work?
That work for me.
That's election night, just so you know.
Oh, yeah.
That will not work.
That will not work. Thank you for the reminder.
Then what about the 16th? Whatever.
That looks good to me.
I'll do no last Saturday.
I don't know. Just depends.
I'm good for Tuesday the 16th. Will that work?
Does that work for you? Tuesday the 16th? Tuesday the 16th, 6 o'clock?
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right.
This is budget.
That way we know people actually be awake for that thing on time.
6 p.m.
Very good.
That's all I got on my list.
Any other non-agenda items?
Good.
I have a couple things. I received a phone call today. This high school baseball coach was wondering if there any way we can consider getting lighting at the South Park ball down thing. They said they might be calling Monsanto and all that. I said, well, I'll bring it up to see what we can do. Maybe there might be something through the state. I know Ameren and IP used 2 years ago, help put stuff up, but I don't know if there's something we can look for. They would like to be able to get more games, if not tournaments down there. And I said, well, I'll see what we can do. Dave was gonna check with Monsanto and everybody else to see what they might be able to help out with, so.
Why don't they play on the field then that already has lights on it? That would probably be a lot less expensive than the.
I thought so too, but grass and the only I can think of. So, I mean, they're gonna be going to grass in the college, but just, I said, I'd see what we can do, they're gonna be checking. I know years ago, IP Enamored did, or, Enamored then, but they did quite a bit, different ball fields, they helped put up, and so I said, we'll see what we can look into and go, so we can do.
Who is the new coach now?
I would drive my truck, and I can't remember what it was.
I know who it was, but I didn't know who the new one was.
I didn't get a chance to write his name down.
He said he was gonna contact him on San Antonio to see if he could get a grant or
See
anything,
if it could
so.
help out and anything too, so.
So you're wanting an idea about how much it would cost?
Well, I was gonna say, we'd at least get an idea what it might be, when we can get him some information, get him on San Antonio, and we can.
Okay.
I can have Rick crunch the poles and lights and give a price.
When we get into that, when you're doing dealing with baseball, they're a lot higher than softball balls.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I also received a phone call. Gentleman was wondering about if there's any way we was gonna be start doing any preventive maintenance for our sewer and our water, like cammering our block sections at a time and memorizing it. Now they can see if we got a weak point, if we ever develop a leak, we could go right there if they got a bad spot. There's companies, in fact, Larry knows a company that's got this sealant that they put down through the pipe.
They got lining systems out there right
Yeah,
now. so-
lining system, that way we can see it, that way it's kind of preventive maintenance.
Who does that? The guy next door to you.
No, yes, it is, but this would be the bigger ones, so it's not
I
gonna
don't
indicate.
know.
But they said that way you got a CD-ROM of every section that you have in town. So, I mean, that way you can see if you got a weak spot, and if something happened, well, you know it's gonna be so far down from the manhole or whichever. I don't know if that's something we can start doing. You ain't gotta do it all in 1 year, but I mean, if you can budget, I was thinking maybe like a northeast corner and a northwest corner, and just kind of do it in quadrants for the next 4, 5, 6 years. It'd be a one way to maintenance, keep an idea of what we have and what might need replaced, and just a shot in the dark. So maybe bring it up, so it might be a good idea, so.
It was something to entertain when we were going over the budget and stuff,
Mhm.
so. I have no idea what that would cost.
I have no idea. Did he?
Actually, I'm looking at it, it's probably not. it's-
Yeah, they're looking at it, but I mean, everything's gonna be right on the CD-ROM. They said they can put it on a CD-ROM, that way you have Allen Street, John, or whichever, they can have it marked off, whatever, on each CD and be on file, and it sounded all right. I thought that
Oh,
was
it's-
one way to be a good
Who
preventive.
was that? Who was, you
I
said?
can't remember the name down in Decatur.
They do
He's
commercial?
gonna ask, yes. But they do the big 12-inch, the big 12 and bigger pipes.
Suppose you can get the name over to city
What's
manager,
the phone
see if he could call him and just see if there's an idea of price wise.
I'll get his name again. So, but he does a lot of Decatur's work. So,
Good idea.
and I thought if nothing else, could be preventive maintenance, and there was no money talk, but I just brought up to see what you guys might think too. So,
Oh, I think it's a great idea. It's just basically cost.
and that way you can be putting away money too for whenever something does happen.
Yep.
So,
And I think we're doing that right, we put some money aside, so we start doing streets before we take them, get that infrastructure replaced.
that's all.
If you could give him that contact information, then we can explore it and then
Okay.
give us an idea, so that's very good. So yes, anyone else have any other non-agenda items or any other business?
Yeah, I'd like, there's some, it was brought up to me, and it's been discussed by us before, and for whatever reason, it doesn't go much further, but some of these homes that we were talking about tearing down, or they haven't had anybody live in them for a long time. There's one on, what is it, John Street there, next to the massage. I don't know who,
That's actually on my desk today. I had some pictures gave to me and stuff, so that one's getting taken care of. 345 South John.
okay, and is there another one on, would that be Maple Street?
There's a foundation out there with an orange fence around it, so.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
That's where we have a lead pipe too.
anyway, those ones that are, you probably know about them.
Encourage somebody that comes to you if they complain to come in and give us a written complaint. The judge likes to see that somebody is alarmed or disturbed. For us to do a report, send it to the city attorney without having somebody, actually a citizen, not ourselves, but a citizen that is alarmed or disturbed by what they see, goes a long ways in the eyes of the court.
We get accustomed to seeing them every day, and so we kind of put them out of our mind. Actually, the person that brought this to my attention again doesn't even live here. She works here. And she
Well,
just,
they don't have to be a resident by any means.
but that's how we get accustomed and forget about them and kind of put it on a back burner.
The one on South John, lady came in and I explained that to her, so she went up and down the street, got 21 signatures. So that's great. You got 21 people that have given me this complaint in writing. So,
Yeah. Well, good.
Saw that Rick's is shutting down this week. They're having a big, I guess, appreciation. We drafted a letter. I think we just send them a letter, thank you for the years of service or what have you. I'd appreciate that.
okay,
I think that's this week. They're done.
changing ownership.
Yeah.
Changing ownership. Any other non-agenda items? Let's see. I should have asked you this before. Do we have a plan for, you said before, once the winter got here, we kind of stepped back on cleaning up that building on Main Street. Now that the weather's breaking and stuff's getting ready to grow, do we have an idea what we're gonna do cleaning wise?
I had somebody that quoted us a price, and that was gonna be $10,000 to get it cleaned out.
Oh, wow.
Because of the amount of dumpsters and debris that's in there. So we really don't have a set plan on what we're gonna do with it.
Anyone else non-agenda items, other business?
Something to consider, I did have somebody ask if the city would sell that building. And my initial reaction was the city would sell it for the back taxes that we paid and the cost of the roof. I don't think it would be fair to recover any attorney fees that we were involved in while we were going through the ordinance violations. So just keep that in mind, because I do believe that the person was pretty serious about being arrested. So with that, didn't come out a price, but I did say that I thought that you would want to recover those two costs. So we might be able to unload that building.
I'll pursue that.
I seen that picture of the sign we got up there on our property out there.
Yes.
Has there been anything, any people calling on it, have you heard, or?
It just went up last week, so,
What kind of price do they have on that? Do you happen to know?
on what?
The 20 acres, is that what you're talking about?
I'm not sure off the top of my head what you folks agreed on.
We did set a price. I
You
don't
set a
know.
price and you signed the contracts with the local
How much an
railroad.
acre?
I don't recall.
I don't know.
I'd have to pull the contract back, I don't want to say something wrong.
I'd have to, I don't remember. I remember we set a price down. Any non-agenda items for the business? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Call it.
Han,
Yes.
Monahan,
Yes.
Pearl,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
motion